First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors to the elder apostles, great Muslim who were well, and salutation and much love to Akim out there, pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. Brothers from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another live lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect, well, to the elect, you know. Hey, because at this point, we're not looking for, you know, people that just wishy-washy. I hope. No, either you believe you're part of the elect or you don't. Which again, we don't know who it is, but if you don't believe that you part of the elect, what the fuck you doing here? I don't want nobody around me that don't believe they're part of the elect. Me personally, that's what I feel. You believe, obviously that's faith. Hope is the things, you know. What's that? Well, we can get that in Hebrews. Get that in Hebrews. But at this point in time, you gotta believe it. Because what the hell are you doing? We don't want unbelievers around us. Just like I always quote the movie 300. We don't want niggas that can't hold that shield and protect the man next to them. You know, that was the whole, which is what the shield of faith. Your faith needs to be is a protection. So if you can't, if you don't got that shield, man, you through. We don't want you around. You can't. You remember that they gave it to he was like lift up. The dude had that spear. You know, he was thrusting that motherfucker. He said, "All right, lift up your shield." Ah! Hey man, all we can do is tell you to pick up some dead bodies, tend to the wounded. You're not fit for the battle though.
That's heavy. Real quick, because you go into that shield picking it up. It's not just for you.
Yeah.
It's for your brothers. So in
They
this
say
faith,
from the thigh to the neck.
Yeah. So sometimes, you know, brothers need the strength of each other to prevail. You know?
So what the body's for. Because what if you got let's say something happened to your toe or your foot, the rest of your body will pick up for that. You know, it automatically knows to pick up for that lame part. You know, as it heals. Just like if a brother fall down or it needs protection, so the rest of the body got to pick up for that. You'd be surprised, like blind people, they have very good hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because their other senses are picking up the slack for the shit that they can't see. Look at that. You got Hebrews?
Yeah, Hebrews 11.
Yep.
Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for."
So yeah, we hope like Apostle said, we're the hopeful elect. We hope to be part of the elect, but at this point in time, if you don't think that you're part of the elect, then what the fuck are you wasting your time for? Just go back in the world. You know? You gotta be, we don't need no wishy-washy people around us, man.
Yep, it says, Hebrews 11:1, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." It says, I'm gonna go into the word substance real quick. In the Greek, so I can build me.
And faith is this. Having faith is the way that you're going to be justified in the eyes of the Lord, man. This is an essential, attribute to have. Is faith. If you don't have faith, if you don't believe that the Most High even exists, or if you don't believe that the Lord can save, that He is a power that can save, man, then your ass is through, man. You have to believe this. It is essential for you to have that attribute, man.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Because hey, man, and because without faith, what's the scripture say? Without faith, their hearts were not or how's it go? Without faith,
it's well, with the Lord, everything's possible. But
right.
Somebody I know, it's just getting that way. There's a scripture. Let me see if I can find it. Just type in without faith, and
that's
it'll
what
come
I'm
up. Yep. It's impossible to please the Most High. That's how
Hebrews 11 says.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep. This is substance, in the Greek is real quick.
Strong's G 5287.
Hypothesis, which the word hypothesis stems from, which a hypothesis is an educated guess. All right. Which this is a spiritual educated guess that the Lord has downloaded us with.
Well, let's go deeper.
Yep.
It's an educated guess. What does educate mean?
Yep.
Draw out. So it's a guess that's coming from within you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody look up guess. What does that mean?
So that's heavy, because remember when you have science projects, what they do is like they come up with different scenarios, and then those scenarios is like them using
trials.
Yep, trials. Yep.
educated hypothesis.
Mhm.
Then goes to they got a whole chart for that shit, but
Right.
it's a process to that.
Come.
But without if it's not in you, there's no educated guess. You know, it's either in you or not. Because then the educated guess becomes through trial and testing, it becomes reality.
That's right.
So, the word guess, real quick before you continue on that one, it says to infer from observation, perceive,
Which is science,
Right.
right? And because knowledge, how can you
that is a hypothesis.
say it's science?
Right.
Well, you have to observe it, which that just cut for Esau himself. Yeah, you say the Big Bang is science. Well, who observed it?
Right.
We can tell you in the beginning because we can go to Genesis 1 and 1. Go ahead, though.
It says find out, form an opinion, judge, decide, discern. So you're discerning a matter, off of observation or whatever it may have been, and you're making a guess, or a hypothesis. You're forming an idea of what it could be, But see, now
Theory, they call
through
it theory and shit like that.
right? Through faith, you skip all that.
Exactly.
You skip all that, and you go straight to the end of that whole
The conclusion.
the
What's the whole
conclusion.
conclusion?
Fear the Most High, man.
So that's perfect way to put it. We don't need all the trials, as scientists, so-called, right, falsely so-called science. We don't need that. We don't need to go through the trial this, trial B, a placebo effect that. No, we go from hearing the word of the Lord to believing it, and that's it. The end product is belief, faith.
That's why those that have faith are the cream of the crop of the earth, because it takes a special type of spirit to be in you to believe on something that you've never seen, and that's why the Lord said, "Blessed are ye."
They have not seen.
Yeah, and believe.
And He said that to one of the 12,
Right.
and he believed. So how much more for you that don't believe shit?
Right.
So back in substance.
Hey, and so likely because I was having this conversation the other day, just to hit one more point on that. That's why the Lord isn't dealing with us as He was in the past, man. Because this time it ain't gonna be justified by the works. The Lord show up to you, tell you what you need to do, and if you don't do it, you get judged. It ain't no longer that, man. Now is you were already commanded. It was written from the beginning, and you saw what happened to those that didn't listen. So now either you're gonna believe or you're not gonna believe. You're either gonna have faith that what these words are saying are to be true, or you're gonna believe them to be a lie. You're gonna question it until the day that you die. Okay. So the Lord did this on purpose, man. There's a reason why we're going to be justified by faith in these last days, man. All right, this is a day like no other. It's going to take faith for you to be delivered, man. Go ahead.
Going back into substance, hypothesis, which we know going into hypothesis, it says outline of biblical usage, a setting or place under, thing put under, substructure, foundation.
Yeah, which is a hypothesis, which means you setting up a structure, an idea of, all right, I hypothesize that this will come out of what we're about to experiment with. That's what scientists say. Okay, my hypothesis is this. Every scientist got their own hypothesis of said trial they're about to experiment with. We don't need to experiment. You know what I'm saying? Our hypothesis is this is the word of the Lord, and we believe it. We don't have to go through trials, which, we're going to go through trials and tribulations, but as far as our belief system doesn't have to go through testing, because we believe it off rip. That's why we out here teaching shit. Yesterday it was Gasparilla. Today we could be doing it's Gasparilla weekend. Bitch is gonna be out all night. But we rather sit here and preach the word of the Lord.
That's heavy because that showed, like the scripture talk about those that was preordained to receive this. That faith that we're going into, which is the substance of the things hoped for, that faith is a gift. The scriptures tell you that. And with it being a gift, you go equate it to if you're born with a natural gift for being athletic, being a basketball player, being a football player. Once that ball is put in your hand, you're going to perform. And that's what the prophets had did once we have got the truth presented to us. All right, the Spirit has visited us. We heard, okay, what happened? We were sealed. I brought this out. We found amongst that number. We endured to the end.
Because to back you up real quick, you bros got it on. Scripture say, whatever thou hand findest to do, do it all thy might. So the Lord was going to eventually, as the brother be established, and the elder brother Oscar goes into a lot, is it being drawn out of you. It has to be in you. This is going into this account. So when you actually understand that this is where your lot is at, and you fully put your hands on that, and you understand the plow that you're dealing with, you're gonna work a certain way, and that's the prophets, man. You know, we're working for eternal life, man. We're working to rest, expecting it. You know?
That's right, bro. It says that which has foundation, this truth has foundation. Okay, it says it's firm, that which has actual existence. See, our faith has actual existence, has actual foundation. The scripture tells that the Most High is what? Known by his judgment. Okay, you go into the archaeological proof. We believe before we even verified these things because it was a gift of faith given on to those believers.
What the scripture say, faith comes by hearing. We didn't have to see proof.
Right.
We just heard the word, which is Yahweh shall you shall hear a voice.
Yep.
How's it go? Yeah. Come this way,
Yep. And my sheep hear my voice.
So we didn't need the proof. We just heard the voice of the Lord, however that came for each individual. Whether it was a video, you walking by a camp, or however it might have even been a woman that told you the truth. You know, it might have been something that a flyer you seen at the gas station. I remember years ago. This had to be like, bro. It had to be like 2015. I was working for a company, and I was out there in another city. I stopped to take a piss at a gas station, and I seen the fucking IUIC flyer. You know, I was in the truth at this point, but again, the fucking IUIC flyer in the bathroom, pinned on the wall. What the fuck? So hey, even though they off, but you still gonna find out you're an Israelite, you know. But
it says that which has actual existence, a substance, real being, substantial quality, nature of a person or thing, the steadfastness of mind, firmness, courage, resolution, confidence, firm trust, assurance. I got it.
Assurance, and that's what faith is. You either assured of what you believe in or you ain't. And if you ain't, then that's not faith. Because faith is, people try to put terms on it, blind faith. No, it's either you have faith or you don't. There's no such thing as blind faith. You either have faith or you don't. Yeah, but they say they're blind faith because of what we quoted earlier, he that have not seen. But you either have faith or you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some people will come eventually to believe because they're going to see things, but that ain't blind faith.
Right.
We don't have blind faith because we see it. It's not what other people see, but we still see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why the Lord said, blessed ye your eyes that ye see it.
Exactly.
You know, the word just went into what? Confidence.
You're just able to see things and understand things other people don't see, and that's okay. There's tiers, you know. There's levels to this.
Yep. And that's okay because not everybody's a visionary.
Exactly. Not everybody's a prophet. Because what a prophet is somebody that sees in the future, or telling you what's going to come in the future, right? Because which we can't see it, but we're not physically telling you. We already seen it, but we've reading it to you. We're coming out of a good book. You claim to believe in. Go ahead.
Yep. So back in Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen."
There you go. This is evidence of. So we got evidence of something you can't even see. Go to court and bring up evidence. They're gonna want proof. Something you need tangible. We got evidence that's in the heavens. Spiritual evidence. Things that we can't. I mean, you either gonna believe or not. But people are gonna, again, the majority, the 1/3, they're gonna believe by seeing. Right? They're gonna see a miracle happen or whatever. It didn't take a miracle for us to believe, though. We were like, well, all we had to hear is the word of the Lord. Again, that voice. We heard the voice.
Because the spirit that's within us is a witness onto these things already. So
that's martyrs. That's what martyrs mean.
Once we get tap into that, which is that education, that drawing out of it, that the the record starts to play out. You start to remember these things by stirring up your minds by way of remembrance. So these things start coming back to mind. Like, oh shit, like this is making sense. I remember this.
Yeah, we got. Or what it is really all of us. We had amnesia, right? Amnesia is like you forget. You might have a head injury. You forget things, but eventually you start to recollect things. You know, and that usually comes from concussions and shit like that, head trauma, your brain's bouncing off your skull. I've personally had that shit. I remember the first day of that shit, I kept repeating the same shit over and over because I couldn't remember nothing. But eventually I started coming back to reality. And that's what the elect has come back into. They come back into reality of who we are, what the deal is, and to even understand the word of the Lord. Because through the spirit of power, you help us from sight. We are the men that you read about in the scriptures.
That's right.
Mike, you had something?
Yeah, because going to your brain, that goes into those connections.
Yeah,
You know,
neurons and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Your brains, those nerve receptors. You know, they.
Well, that's why they call it Neuralink. Yeah, go ahead though.
Yep, and that's again that going to our brain. The Lord sparked our spirit, to make those connections again. But I had a precept this morning.
Yeah, I think brother want me to
You got
read
something?
through. No, you want me to read through.
Read through
Okay.
verse 6, bro. Sure.
Okay. You want to bring it out the precept first, or continue?
Whatever you have, brother. If you had a precept or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got go ahead and get what you got real quick. And then we'll
Yeah,
go
just a quick one. This is Colossians 3 verse 12.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's
back. Go ahead, I'll read it.
There's Colossians 3 verse 12. It says, "Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness, of mind, meekness, long suffering." You're going to responding means to answer. That goes into your calling. So going to putting on is clothing. That's why I think about superheroes. They have a costume. They put on a certain garment to separate them from everybody else. Superman because why? Because of his garment, his clothing that he has on. It's a distinction. And that's us. We're putting on that costume, so to say. We're putting on the words of the Lord.
I get a word for you real quick. It's Strong's G 1746, and it says
Hey, like before you read that, and that's a good point. But Superman was trying to hide himself. He wanted to hide it. We don't care. We put on our garments, but we the same people you see every day. We're not putting on a mask because a lot of superheroes have masks to hide their identity.
Yeah, like that.
Superman, for some reason, nobody could identify him even though he put on glasses. But that's just the movie. But the most superheroes, they usually have a whole suit, like brother said, a whole suit on, mask on. They're trying to disguise it, like Flash. Flash, even when we don't care. We don't care. Shit. You a nigga that knows us roll up the camp, man. He gonna get condemned just like the rest of the people walking by. Go ahead.
the word for put on. Strong's G 1746.
Yeah, because it was gonna get into it. You gotta put on. We'll be into the camp. You gotta put on the armor of the Lord. Because how else you gonna be? You gonna fold up without that, And part of that is the faith, the shield of faith. Because people will fold up quick, man. We've seen it. We've already seen it. And this is before the press has been applied.
Yeah, that's the major part of your protection. Because you could be a swordsman, you could be well with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But if you ain't got no protection, you ain't got no faith, it's gonna do you no justice.
Right. Well, you can be like a nigga who's swinging nunchucks. You'll see in the videos, TikToks and YouTube videos, niggas swinging them nunchucks, folding them up. That has he ever applied that in a real life scenario? No. And I guarantee you, in a real life scenario, that wouldn't have benefited him at all. Start swinging them nunchucks and shit. Niggas gonna fucking drop kick you or knock you out. So all that's gonna go out the window in a real life scenario. So Apostle Paul said, "Be not as one that beats the air, man. Shadow boxing, nigga, don't." I'm like, damn, that nigga got some nasty combos. Nigga in the ring get knocked out. Then he make it 10 seconds in the fight. But hey, he was the man on TikTok, beating up the air. He won every round fighting the air. But when it came into reality, it was nowhere to be found. Go ahead, look on.
It says Strong's G 1746. It says to sink into clothing, clothe oneself as a garment. It says in the sense of a garment, sinking in.
And again, going to your something you wear, it's supposed to be tied onto you. That's again the words of the Lord, because you go into Stoicism, you know, one of the principles is that we don't control the world around us, but what we can control is our response. You know, you respond to things that happen to you with courage, with temperance, with wisdom, you know, using justice, using discernment, you know, that's putting on there for the elect.
Yeah, and that's where it goes into. Jake got saying, "Stay ready, so you don't have to be ready." You know, and then be prepared, knowing the times that we're in.
And you go into the fight, you know, you can say we're counterboxers, you know, because we respond to the environment. We're waiting for someone to throw a punch. And we adapt to our environment. That's our response. Our counter is using wisdom, you know, because wisdom, as Scripture says, is defense, you know.
Yep, and they said a defense creates a better offense.
The best offense is a great defense.
And defense win championships.
Exactly.
So we got the greatest
Look at
defense.
Mayweather. You know, he had the best defense.
And he never lost.
That became his best offense. Because he was, and then pop. he slid 3 of your punches and popped you in the mouth. So, you know, and that's just an example, but he dodged more punches than he gave. So that was defense became his offense. You know what I'm saying?
That was it. Back in Hebrews 11, verse 2.
I got a quick one before you can continue. Isaiah 30:1, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. and that's the mistake that the majority of our people have done, is that they haven't put on that garment, which is what it's talking about in the book of Revelation. You know, these are they that are dressed in white robes, you know, meaning that pureness, okay? And it starts with that faith, man, because again, that's how you're justified. Okay, that's how you're even looked at by the Lord, man. You know?
Heavy, because faith without works is dead. So going into that pure and all white that the elect will be dressed in, it was like it says in Second Ezra, those that put off the mortal clothing. You know, those that actually through faith, through the washing of the word, you know, cleanse their conduct to present themselves suitable to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat. And that's what we, you know, through the Spirit represent.
Because that goes into the word uniform, you know, of one form.
Uni, yeah. Uni, like a unicycle, is one. Uni means one. Universal, you know, which is what's Catholic mean. Catholicism goes into universal. So you got, but say you got to be universal, or you got to be uniform in this word, in the truth. You know, it's like what you go to school, they make people wear uniforms. Everybody got to be dressed the same. And in this case, it's the wedding garment. If not, you're gonna be bound hand and foot, tossed out. Good.
Quick, you done on that, man?
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Real quick, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the
So to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody heard the word one way or another, whether you walk by or didn't want to take heed. That's your problem. Shit, you heard it though. It was preached unto you. You just took, you just chose not to take heed to it, and that's okay with us because we know the Lord made you not take heed to it. And you send out whatever spirits to make sure you didn't receive. Daily judgment video right here. Go ahead, though. Read that again, man.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them.
It don't profit them because they're hearing it, but they just listening to a song. It's like a song to them. It's like Young Thug singing to them, or whatever the fucking clowns, you know. That's what we are to them. It's entertainment. Yeah, it's a lovely song. Yeah, we pipe them to them, but they ain't nobody dancing. Go ahead. Because it's the song Moses, right? That's a song, and we singing it. Like James Brown said, I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah. Hey, we proud of this song and shit. We singing at the top of our lungs. Right?
But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Yeah, so they don't have faith. And you can't ultimately accept the truth without faith.
Right.
You can hear it every day, all day. There's people that watch the videos that we put up every day. and they still gonna be destroyed.
And then when you look at it real quick, when you look at it in the sense of how a man views a woman, you know, when a man is actually looking for a woman, a wife, is he looking for the bitch that's naked, that's showing herself out for the whole, you know, for the whole world to see? No, man, he goes for the one that's covered up. And so it's the same with the Lord, man. He's going for those that are covered with his covering. See, the world, man, has made it okay for you to be naked, man. So, and so much so that you see it on these women.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to walk around promiscuous as
And
hell.
they're ashamed of it too. When it comes down to it, you
They don't
press a
admit it.
bitch on it, she actually ashamed of it. When she actually likes you, right? When she finds you attractive, so to say, as they say in the red pill community, she won't tell you she on OnlyFans.
Right.
She ain't gonna tell you she on OnlyFans. You gonna have to beat it out of her, not literally, but you get what I'm saying. You're gonna have to get it out of her to get that information. Because deep down inside they know what they're doing. It's not morally right. It's not right in their own spirit. Especially our women, they know that shit ain't right. But everybody, you got a bunch of simps out here giving them money, and niggas subscribe. They got subscriptions for OnlyFans. But there's people that get in their comment sections or whatever the fuck it's called. DMs. And hey, I'll send you this much money, send me that. Or send me some poop in the mail. And there's niggas that pay for poop. So
Pay for fart.
It's just reinforcing the stupidity for these women. Yeah, put a fart in a jar. So she could just go to the Spencer store and get Jake used to do the fart pranks with the spray. That bitch could just spray that in a can in the mason jar, bottle it up, and send it to your ass for $3,000.
And niggas doing it too.
Niggas are doing it. You think we making this up?
They ain't speaking in parables. We tell you what it is, This ain't hard saying, man.
Look it up.
This shit's actually happening. There's a marketplace for this shit.
And that is what it is at this point, because this is Babylon, the great confusion, and at this point niggas is so desperate that they're willing to buy a bitch's fart and pussy sweat.
That's how sad society is. This is, and then you wonder why depression's at all-time high. Come on now, look at the way society is run. Who the fuck is happy here?
Right.
You go to work and a man is oppressed at work.
And the woman doing that, that she ain't getting no gratification out of that, farting in a jar. Let's say she do actually fart in a jar, poop in a bag. She deep down inside, she like, what the fuck am I doing? As she taking the shit so she can bag it, she like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We know people, man. We the best understanders. We understand people better than they understand themselves. You people are finished, man.
This is the worst of the worst, bro.
They can't get no worse than this.
But again, that's why Yahushua said this generation shall not pass to all these things be fulfilled. That's how you know this is that same generation back then, man. And especially here in America, you already know that the majority of those that were saying crucify him are here.
Yep. Let the blood be upon us and our children. Well, your children, my nigga, you bagging everything to get that. What you savagely saying it, to get the Lord crucified.
Face the foot.
Because they was remember, because when the scriptures say that a riot almost broke out, because he was ready to let Pontius Pilate was ready to let Yahushua go.
Yeah.
He washed his hands and said, it's on y'all then. Y'all do it. Y'all want to kill him? Y'all do it. He said, y'all do it. Shit, I'm not going to do it. I find no fault in this man. Don't blame the white man. or Pontius Pilate. We don't know who, we wasn't there, but, we probably might. But don't blame Pontius Pilate. It was you fucking savage niggas out there in the crowd saying crucify him, crucify him. You chose a murderer over Yahushua. So don't cry out now. This is what you asked for.
That's why Yahushua said, when they shall say, Lord, Lord, I have prophesied in thy name, the Lord's going to say, I never knew thee, man. Because there were some there that knew about who they were, that they were Israelites, they knew about Yahweh.
Oh, they all knew about
They
Yahweh.
didn't believe on Yahushua, and they killed Yahushua. They were a part of that, man. So those same people are going to be out here, and the Lord's going to have that response to them, man. He's going to be there, and they're going to know in that day.
And guess what? Those same people that were saying crucify him, crucify him, they're back here today calling themselves Israelites, and they're in the camps. They might be in whatever, IUIC, ICPK, whatever camp they might be in, they back here today. And those are the same savages that were called upon the death of the Lord, denying them. So it makes sense why they still denying the name of the Lord to this day. As it is to this day. They still denying the Lord.
Yeah, because they wasn't given that gift of faith. You know, the scriptures talk about the desirable ones and the undesirable ones. The Lord has a specific portion of his people, the remnant, preserved that will actually prove his words to be faithful and true. Okay, representing a righteousness. And he has those that are just extras, you know, that's gonna fulfill his will of the wickedness, what not to be, you know, because our people has been in league with these other nations in their conduct, you know. So if you want, go back to Hebrews.
Yeah.
Yep. Hebrews 11:2. I'll read in the NLT. It says, through their faith, the people in days of old earned a good reputation.
That's
You know, because of the works they were able to do. And the only explanation was like, yo, these were those guys that were talking about this, that were saying this would happen.
They're faithful men.
Yeah. And so they gained reputation when things started happening, man. As things started playing out, when they started seeing those miracles, they knew, you know, that reputation went and spread, man. Just as Yahweh's reputation spread as he did miracles. And as he did his acts,
Their fame.
his works. Yeah.
They would see him, people would beg it unto him. They would just want to touch him. That's how much the fame was spreading. So that's what the Lord said we're gonna do the same works and greater. So people it's gonna get to the point where people are just gonna want to touch us to get some kind of what's to say, virtue. when the lady touched Yahweh's garment, virtue, he felt the virtue, and he knew who she was, but he wanted to. He said, "Who touched me?" And then the disciples say, "What you mean? You walking through the crowd?" You know, in modern terms, you walking through the crowd. Everybody touched you. But he wanted to see what she was going to react, how she was going to react, and she admitted it. And then the Lord, there's a bunch of examples of women using women as examples. Like that example, the woman that she was poor and gave it all. She was better than the man that was rich and he gave little. You know, she gave it all. So, you know, and what we're liking unto the woman, to Yahweh watching outside.
That's giving our all, making our bodies a living sacrifice, like it says in Romans the 12th chapter. Because remember, it was that dude in the scriptures that said the Lord was talking to him. He was like, he obeyed all the commandments, and the Lord said, all right.
What shall I do?
Yeah, he said, but one. He said, you did all of these, but one thing.
Go and sell.
He said, sell all that you have and give it to the poor and follow after me.
That nigga that hurt. He never to be seen again.
That's
That's
heavy.
why he was because what was different between him and the disciples? They forsook all.
Right.
And what was Peter's question? Peter asked, "We forsook all. What are we gonna get?" But they didn't matter because they was already following him. He was just inquiring. But that man, he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to be Mr. Captain of Israel. You know, I gotta keep the law. You know, I'm done this, I'm done that." He broke it down. I've done this, I've done that.
Right.
What else I need? The Lord said, "Go sell everything." In his mind, he was like, shit. That's the first thing that came across his mind was like, shit. Sell all, nigga. You tripping. Yeah, we know our people, man, better than they know themselves, man.
All that keeping it law.
Yeah,
we're not
as soon as the Lord talks, shit.
Yeah, that's heavy. 'Cause even charity, the scriptures.
Yeah.
The scriptures talk about being charitable. You know, and if you're not charitable, all that is thrown away.
Without charity, you're nothing.
Yep. You know, and even that being
Even
charitable.
with prophecy, the script say before that it says, even though I prophesied so and so, it says other things, but it says without charity I am nothing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
When you go on that word charity, in the Greek it goes back to agape, going back to
Love,
brotherly love.
Mhm.
You know?
Spirit, because with that faith, with you giving it out, that's showing that you have that pure love in you. That faith. If you giving up everything, you know what I mean? Like the scriptures talk about the kingdom of heaven being also like a treasure, and if the man findeth in the field, yep, he's selling
Go sell
everything.
everything, yeah.
That's
Which
showing
means
true
forsake.
faith. You're giving up everything just for this prize that nobody else can see. Only the seers, those that's blessed with the Holy Spirit, the outside, the foresee things that's not in present time. You know?
You guys get something real quick? You both got it. This is Psalms 110, and the word here for willing too. Psalms 110, one of you brothers was going into how like it's gonna take for power and you could feel that energy too. Like ain't nobody coming out the camp speaking, nobody walking past you with questions. People just through. Why? Because we're going into a transition, man. Power needs to be shown. The Lord is getting ready to start stepping different, man. You know,
Big step up.
big steps,
Big
man.
step up.
Literally, yeah. A lot of people is getting ready to be moved back to the spirit world, man. Let's just be honest, you know. A lot of people getting ready to get their number called, man. All right.
A lot of people are gonna suffer and before they get their number called. And even if you get your number called, you still gonna be back for the missiles if you're in America. Big step up. You know, you about to see again. The Lord's about to recognize who the power of Israel is once again, because they feared when we left Egypt. What the Lord said, He's gonna do the same again, but greater this time. So people will fear again.
That's right.
They're gonna find it out the hard way. From 2/3 to the average heathen. Nigga in fucking Dubai, what they call it, Mumbai, India, Hong Kong, Moscow, all them people gonna find out who the Lord is real soon.
That's right.
Yep. And every knee shall bow.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And if you don't, then hey, bring them hither, like what Luke 19 says, bring them hither and slay them before me. You're gonna get down one way or another. When they say get down, get laid down. Damn. Go ahead.
Yep. This is Psalms 110 in verse 3, and it reads, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth." And we're getting ready to be restored, our youth. All right, because we already have the power, man. That's this truth, this knowledge, this understanding. But now the Lord is getting ready to upgrade us, and a lot of people are getting ready to be left on the level they own, man. They're getting ready to find out that they made scripture say what's that in Isaiah came to mind. It says they lean.
Broken reed.
No. I say trust. They trust in that too, but they trust in Egypt. All right, they trust in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So Isaiah 30 around there. But the scriptures say they're going to be willing. So when you get this word here for willing, it says voluntariness. It says free will offering. And that's what was shown throughout the Gospels. What come to mind right now is John, when Yahushua was doing his miracles. Jake was offering. Oh, we'll go back to what Ashat was saying, how they just wanted to touch Yahushua. All right, to get that. Well, bro, how much more now? I was gonna say we're gonna do greater.
And that was faith.
Yeah.
I only need to touch his garment and I'll be healed.
So how much more us? They're gonna be like, man, if I could just see who is this brother. Oh man, I just want to see that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they gonna be looking for us, man, real soon. And that's just the beginning of the Lord abundantly expressing His love towards His man.
Hey, because there might be, who knows, maybe a miracle be shown on YouTube and then Esau gonna take it down quickly. But is the fame still gonna spread word of mouth just like it did during the time of Yahushua? So you can't get around it. You can't get around it. People gonna believe, and then they're gonna see the Lord, the men of the Lord, as they did back in the book of Acts. This is Acts 2.0.
Yeah, it's gonna say in Zephaniah, the second chapter, I will give you praise and fame in every land where you will put to shame. So from here to Canada, to Brazil, the brothers out there in Australia, bro. Wherever
Maybe
you
here
want,
in America,
yeah,
but we got brothers throughout the whole world, man.
Yeah, but the people shall be willing in the day of thy
right?
power.
And it said plenty. It says freely. So they're gonna literally be like, bro, you right. You was right. That's why his favorite precept, Ezra's favorite precept, it's gonna come up. It's gonna actually take place because they're gonna be freely offering themselves over. Because, bro, your power source is done. Everything that you were attached to has destroyed you. Right. Now you know that this is, the truth that have been so long without fruit shall be declared. This is the declaration of righteousness that we're coming into, man. And it's going to start with us, you, Lord's will be those men. But whoever the elect are, we believe we're a part of that number.
That's right. Going back to our faith, going into substance, going into the fact of having confidence in what you actually believe in. You will believe that you can be great. If you have to believe in yourself before you can believe in anybody else, you gotta be able to be like, you know, okay, listen, I want to play basketball, I want to play football, I believe I can be great in it. So what brothers that speak about through the spirit, us putting on as the elect, like the priest just brought out, we believe that we of this number because we know what? We got the earnest. Going back to Ephesians, the first chapter, the deposit of the spirit. So with us having that deposit of spirit, this is how we're able to see things. This is how we have the eyesight to see things that the common world don't. So we look crazy to the world. Okay, but ye are not of the world.
Yeah, and you know what? We look crazy to the world because we're disciplined in the sense that people don't understand. Fuck stoicism and what is it?
Epicurean.
Epicurean. Well, yeah, that. But what's the dude? Marcus Aurelius. That's a way of stoicism, but this is on a whole nother level. This is beyond any, because he, you know, which we know who he is in the reincarnation, but that's not going to get you salvation being a stoic in this world. Because there's stoics right now in the world. They go to the gym every day, blah, 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 blah. And they still going to be destroyed. We talking about serving the Lord, which is a whole other level of stoicism. You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody can talk about that, this brother right here can tell you that it ain't easy to get to that kind of level that everybody's trying to achieve. And we're telling you that on the same level on righteousness in the spiritual sense. You're going to look weird. You know what? You think you're going to make it to the NFL? You know, you got, brothers like to watch games and basketball, football, basketball, boxing. You think they get to the elite level by just hanging around? They dedicate their life to their craft.
That's right.
And it ain't easy, right? Am I wrong? You speak on it, brother. Was it easy? Yeah.
No.
It takes dedication to get there. Blood, sweat, tears, getting your ass beat, you know.
That's heavy because through the spirit, like you said, this truth is a true, highest definition of stoicism, because what it is our spirits in these vile bodies, in these chains of darkness, is going against the currency. Like we're going against the energy, which is pleasure. Because stoicism goes into what? Taking on hardship, going against that pleasure.
Hedonism.
Yep.
Not heathenism. Hedonism. We talked about yesterday. Hedonism, which is, somebody want to look it up real quick. It's pretty much you chasing after the lust of the flesh. Go ahead and continue on something like that.
Yeah. So you think about it, like the scripture says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Okay, that sacrifice, all right, it's not what this world can actually do. Only the elect that's not of this world is going to be able to sacrifice their pleasure, living for vain glory. Okay, striving, for the corruptible crowns. Okay, living in a vain world. Vanity.
That's it right there.
Because all of it goes back into pleasure, which pleasure breeds weak people.
Yeah. Good times makes let's say soft men.
Yes.
Bad times. But go get the word for hedonism, which is H-E-D, not heathen, like not the heathens, but hedonism. Go ahead and read the definition for it.
All right, so this is the word hedonism, Hedonism. It says the pursuit of pleasure.
The pursuit of pleasure, which is most people are chasing after, especially in America. I mean, god damn, we see that everywhere we go. From McDonald's to the club, titty bar, the whatever. Anywhere you go, you're gonna see hedonism. Go ahead.
Central self
What the scripture say? They shall be lovers of themselves more than lovers of the Most High. That's hedonism. You're chasing after what's say pleasures, which is what? A lust. Lust of what? Lust of the flesh. Go ahead.
It says central self-indulgence. Your senses is taking your senses over.
Carnally. And what? The carnal, let's say, to be carnally minded is death.
Empathy.
Got a couple more similars. It says self-indulgence, pleasure seeking, excess, overindulgence.
Because everything in moderation. It might be lawful, but not expedient, and everything got to be in moderation. That's it.
Go back. Yeah. So back in Hebrews 11:3, it says, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Yeah, which is again spiritual.
Mm.
A heathen, somebody after their own lust, that lovers of themselves more than lovers of. They don't even. People don't. You know that scripture says. Was it Timothy or Thessalonians 1 of them? It says lovers of the most lovers of themselves more than. They're not today in 2024. They're not even loving the Most High, bro. Because the last thing that's not even a thought that runs by their head throughout their lives. They might not even ever actually think about, man, is this right in the sight of God? That's the last thing on people's mind here in America, man. Because what? Everything is so readily accessible in wickedness, lust. You want a bitch? You can pay for the bitch on whatever website. Or OnlyFans. Porn. You want a cheeseburger? You can get it delivered to your door. You want some pork? A nigga will deliver it to your door. I mean, this is the highest level of wickedness that we've ever seen on the planet Earth. And we can say that because we were there from the beginning. Lord, who we those men? We telling you, this is the worst the earth has ever seen. And the Lord flooded the whole earth before. And this is even worse.
And that shows you too that they're spiritually defiled, as the scriptures speak about in Titus, the first book of Titus, the 15th verse. They're spiritually defiled because what it is the son of perdition, the son of destruction, has corrupted their minds to not only not believe this gospel like the scripture says in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, but they have been deceived to believe wickedness is good and good is wickedness. So when it goes back into pleasure now, right, they actually think that them giving themselves that instant gratification is them loving themselves. Okay? Which little that they know, they're weakening themselves because they talk by confusion, they talk by corruption.
Right. And that goes to show you it's a satanic vibration. Love yourself. And whatever you do, it's okay. It don't matter what nobody else thinks, or it doesn't matter. Just be, you live your life. Be the best you know, whatever you want to be. Whatever the fuck people say nowadays. Which, you know, what, I think the younger brother here is what, 26, 25, something like that?
28.
28. So we're not even, you know, this new generation, people that are in their early 20s, late teens, these people, you don't even want to talk to them, bro. A lot of times, unless it's a bitch, but, you know, a lot of times you don't even want to talk to these motherfuckers because these people are lost, bro. They're in a whole different mindset that's like, good Lord, even people in the world, but like these people are bugged the fuck out. Because this is the vibration that's been pushed on them, and it's all about the flesh. Do what feels good for you. And again, lovers of themselves, lovers of the Most High, man. Again, the last thing in their mind when they go to sleep or when they wake up is the Lord. That's the vet. It don't even cross their mind, let alone lasting on their mind. It don't even cross their minds. When we wake up, we give praise to the Lord that we even woke up and we've got another day to serve the Lord. These people, man, they wake up just they rolling loud this weekend, or Gasparilla, or what's this dude or that event he used to go to? Nigga used to put Nutella on bitches' asses and shit.
Oh, EDM.
EDM. You know,
EDC.
Yeah, all that wicked shit, which we know what that's about, drugs and you know, all kind of wickedness. This is what people look forward to. Looking forward to a paycheck.
Pleasure.
And well, that's how you gonna, because there's people that are looking for pleasure but can't afford it. So niggas is looking for pleasure but can't afford it. That's how bad. This is hell. You can't even afford pleasure sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why when they get the opportunity, they go all out. Because they know, you know, it's going to be a couple of weeks before I can do this again. I'm broke. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And then they still try to drown out. And they think that somehow, some way, they walk past the prophets of the Lord and think they better than us. Nigga, you about to go broke tonight. We out here, yeah, maybe we had to pay for parking. You out here bust your bank. The piggy bank broke. Well, our spiritual bank is in the heavens. You can't rob that from us. You can't take it from us. But
Hebrews 4, Hebrews 11:4. It says, by faith, Abel offered unto the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, more excellent sacrifice than Cain.
No,
Right. By which he obtained witness that he was righteous.
he obtained witness that he was righteous. Why? Because he had faith in that sacrifice that he was going to make was going to please the Lord, man. Okay? That's why you going back to the beginning of the lesson, you got to believe that the work that you're doing is going to be rewarded, man. You got to actually believe that the Lord is finding it pleasing in your actions, man. And you're going to only feel condemned if you know you ain't doing the right thing, man. You know?
Yep. Yeah, that confidence, man. Substance, going back into that confidence. It's like you hoping. Yep. And it's like being a fat person. This is what, Jake is spiritually. 2/3 of our people, they want to change their diet, but they don't want to make the necessary sacrifices, which is going to consist of them sacrificing themselves, okay, in order for them to become healthy, okay? Having faith. You got to trust the process. That refiner as we're going through it, so that's this walk, and it's just the formulas.
Because it's different, man. I'm saying Jake don't want to be uncomfortable. See, one thing about this truth is you gotta find comfort in being uncomfortable.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And when you can deal with that, then the Lord can see that and He can give you the spirit to continue.
Yeah.
Other than that, our people are comfortable being niggas, bro. We not comfortable being niggas, bro. All right, we like, nah, this shit is wrong, bro. Let me make a change. That's that repentance. You know what I'm saying? But it takes faith to actually make that change, and that's what we have in front of us. It's like 8 brothers, well, this is a change, bro. This is faith. This take faith, man.
That's right.
It all revolves around faith at the end of the day. And the Lord said what? Bringing it back full circle. When He returns, shall He find faith? So the change you made, you got to believe that the change you making is going to get you salvation.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Finish off. It says, Yahweh Shem Shai, testifying of His gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai had translated him. For before he translated, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 6.
And real quick, that's why our mindset is that the same way. What it say, Enoch, where he was beamed up for serving the Lord, for pleasing Him, and that's why our faith is that we believe we're gonna be beamed up for serving the Lord.
Yep. Reading the NOT real quick. Hebrews 11:5, it says, it was by faith that Enoch was taken up to heaven without dying. He disappeared. It says, because the Most High took him, for before he was taken up.
Yeah, because what is it? You gotta go into the lineage and the genealogy. Enoch was living during Adam. Adam was still alive when Enoch was alive. So he met Adam, because that was what his great-grandfather, or his great-grandfather. So he was breaking bread with Yahushai. Because we went into it last night, right? He only lived like Enoch, because of Adam, 900 years, Seth, 900 plus years, the 900, gets to Enoch's 300 something years. Methuselah, 900, he was the oldest one, 969 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Then Lamech, and then Noah. They all lived close to 900 years. Enoch was after the Lord took him out of there, because but it makes sense, because he got that knowledge from the men that walked from the beginning. They just tell you that, but if you do the math, it tells you how long they lived, and you do the math, he was still alive. Adam was still walking around the earth when Enoch was alive. So it kind of makes sense why he would have this kind of knowledge. Who did he get it from? You know what I'm saying? He got to get it from somebody. And then he was like, man, fuck everybody else, because the sons of God was going off. And he was like, man, fuck. This is literally his great grandfather, or I think it's his great grandfather, either way. But
and that shows you how the knowledge is tight knit. It's always within a specific group of people. Because I know you're referring to Genesis 5th chapter, because Adam had sons, the Adamites. He had sons and daughters, to say. So that knowledge was between the sons of God. That was it, you know.
That's how we know that the law, statutes, and commandments was oral, because we were just reading going into Abel made a sacrifice that was pleasing.
Right.
So the same way he made that sacrifice, it's the same information that Enoch had.
Right. It wasn't written. It was all oral. We had it. Yeah. It was a conduct. It was a lifestyle. We had it, man.
Of what we did. This is for
Yeah,
us. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
That's why when we got delivered out of Egypt, the Lord said, all right, I'm gonna put it on tablets so
Right.
you can't say you ain't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now we got the book.
Exactly.
And it's been undefeated. This truth, bro, this truth has been prevailing for thousands of years. Like my man Ezra said, you know, this is 2,000 years ago, man. I'm saying, like, bro, he's still.
Hey, that's like how shy when, you know, the disciples didn't want the children to come there and say, hey, let the children come over here. You know?
I mean, he's still like just undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he still ain't, and it still ain't done. Even though it's done, it's still things that need to be done, man. We on borrowed time. You know what I'm saying? You here in the flesh on earth, bro. You on borrowed time, bro. Shit got to get done. You know what I'm saying? But this gonna prevail. All right.
It says, for before he was taken up, he was known as a person who pleased Yahweh Yahushua. Verse 6, Hebrews 11:6, back in the KJV. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High, Yahweh Yahushua, must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Yeah, and that's that translation that Enoch received. You know, because he pleased the Lord, so he was rewarded with what? Being translated. And that's all we're looking for. It's like, look,
Delivered from the judgment.
yeah, exactly. Because that's what the brother, the elder brother, Ash always goes into too. It's like, bro, it starts with being saved first. Then everything else, you know, is beautiful after that. It starts with being translated. When you up there in the sea of, you know, all right, you in a chariot and you looking over Babylon the Great being destroyed. Then you know we can, you know, everything else can transfer, you know, translate after that. But bro, we gotta get saved first, bro. We gotta get out of these bodies, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be delivered from the destruction that's coming, and ultimately Jacob's trouble, man. You know.
Yeah. I got a quick precept. I quoted it earlier, but it's one of my favorite. With the Spirit, Ephesians 1:12.
Quote it and read it up.
It says that we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Yahweh Mashiach.
First. Who first trusted. Key word, first. You know, they teach you that in elementary school. You learn the sentences. First, then, after. It said first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what they call it, reading comprehension skills. And guess what? A lot of us, our reading comprehension skills were trash until we came to the truth. I speak for myself. When it came to reading and shit like that, I was not an A student when it came to that. I'm a 2.0 GPA man. Shit. But hey, here I am, breaking the screws down to your punk ass over there eating Cheetos.
100% true.
Scoffing on the carnivore. Go ahead.
Verse 13, Ephesians 1:13. In whom ye also trusted, after that ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation, in whom also after that ye believed, ye were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise.
So you sealed with the faith. The faith is what sealed you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's it. You got the faith, bro. That's the sealing right there. You believe. It's all about that belief, bro. You know, now we build and we establish, you know, we build, we got history, we go into these things, but bro, ultimately when Yahushua come back, he gonna be looking for, do you really believe? All right, shall I find where's my woman? He looking for his belief, his woman, all right, who will adorn herself in his wisdom, man. You know, who's kept that oil, man. You know?
Who's got the oil?
Yeah.
And kept it, because you run out of the oil, that means you didn't get enough of it, because it wasn't given to you. So you know, it's a starter kit, right? you gotta get it from the beginning. It's given to you or it ain't. And that's why that Matthew 25 said go to the sellers and buy it. You're not gonna be able to buy that oil. It's either given to you or not. They're gonna be crying on the sidelines and shit. Some oil. Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before. While you was living your best life, you walk past men reading Bibles. Don't complain now. Shit. Go ahead.
Yep, verse 14, Ephesians 1 and 14. It says, which is the earnest of our inheritance. So that spirit of promise is the earnest of our inheritance. Okay? Going into the word earnest real quick before I finish off the verse. Okay? It's in the Greek.
Strong's G 728,
Arabon. It says an earnest. It says money which is purchased. No, it says money which in purchases is given as a pledge or down payment, that the full amount will subsequently be
The
paid.
down payment was Yahushua. If you ain't got the down payment, Yahushua didn't die for you. Even though he died for all the nation of Israel, but on this side, is where the down payment is gonna benefit you.
Yeah, it says. I'm gonna read it one more time because, like the elder just stated, man. You know, that's Yahushua, which is that comforter, the spirit of the comforter. All right, which will guide you in all truth. Okay, and tell you other things to come, like it's spoken about in John, I believe the 16th chapter. Right. So real quick, finishing off with the word earnest, because it says what? Money which in purchases is given as a plead or pledge or down payment, that the full amount will subsequently be paid. And the point being made is us having that spirit within us, having Yahushua in us, having this testimony of prophecy, all right, being able to speak of things, all right, ahead of time, starting from our apostles and elder brothers down. The prophecies that we're seeing in this time, like the scripture said, the visions for a appointed time at the end shall speak. The things that have been spoken about, that our apostles have been speaking about for years and decades, is what we're seeing in our reality. Things that Elder Bro's been talking about for years, okay, it's in our reality. You know, these are the things that was written before us for our learning, for us to give warning to the people as watchmen, as prophets, because going into that testimony goes into the office of the prophets, okay? Those that are ordained with that spirit of being a messenger of the Most High, okay? Oh yeah, another thing, real quick, going into that earnest, I like to quote from time to time, which show you how serious the Lord is about us, all right? In real estate, you have something called the EMD, which is the earnest money deposit. When a buyer is really seriously interested in a property, that's that down payment that they're serious, like they're guaranteed going to pay it. So with us having the spirit within us, okay, all we got to do is continue to maintain, like brother was talking about, trimming them lamps.
It's like a hold it.
Yep, hold it. Hold on to what thou hast had.
You can do that at dealerships too. Like, hey, I'm gonna give this amount of money so y'all hold this car and make sure y'all don't sell it.
That's right. That Ephesians 1 and 14.
I know about that. But I don't get the money.
Ephesians 1 and 14, it says, which is the earnest of our inheritance until the redemption of the purchased possession, until the praise of his glory. In the NLT, it says the spirit is the Most High, Yahweh's guarantee that he will give us the inheritance he promised, and that he has purchased us to be his own people. He did this so we would praise and glorify him,
which he had purchased with his own blood.
You know? Yeah, when you get somebody to guarantee, it's because you know that shit ain't gonna fail.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna give you this or guarantee your money back. You say that because you know this shit ain't gonna fail. They gonna buy it. It's a sell tactic, but you know it's not gonna fail. And if it does, then you get your money back. But we know our investment, we ain't getting our money back. We gonna get the reward for it. This ain't Esau shit, guaranteed money, all this shit. Now this guaranteed is guaranteed. Go ahead, Kwame, you had something?
Oh, yeah, just real quick to back you brothers up. This is Colossians 1 in verse 26. Even a mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. So we have that mystery. All right. Continue on, verse 27. It said hidden for ages, man. Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter says, wisdom entering into holy souls, man. And renewing all things, All right, so we have what the world cannot receive, man, the spirit of truth. We have internal peace, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have a consolation to look forward to outside of the flesh, outside of this life. You know what I'm saying? All right, continue on real quick. Last precept, verse 27. To whom the Most High would make known what is his riches of the glory of the mystery among the Gentiles, which that's speaking about Jakes, all right, Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, okay, who have went off, all right, the scriptures say, I forgot how it's worded, but matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. Ephesians 2 and 20, real quick. This is Ephesians chapter 2. In verse 20, and it reads, so lucky. Oh, here it is, Ephesians 2 and 12, so lucky, not verse 20. Ephesians 2 and 12, that at the time ye were without Mashiach Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of the promise, have no hope, and without the Most High in the world. So yeah, we were alienated from the commonwealth. All right, but now we understand who we are. All right. So going back to Colossians chapter 1, verse 27, and it reads, "To whom the Most High Yahweh Shemashah will make known what is the riches of the glory of the mystery among the Gentiles, which is Mashiach Yahushua in you, the hope of glory." Yeah, so we have that hope. All right, of that glorious estate, man, which the scripture says in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. All right, which this is a light affliction. All right, which the scripture say, which worketh for, exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Yeah, so the weight of our glory that we
can't even be compared.
You can't, bro. That's bro. We can't compare the new bodies.
And we catching hell.
Yeah.
And that ain't even comparable. So quit your bitching. In other words.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah, that mystery, we have those mysteries.
Yeah. Are the new bodies.
Yep, that glorious gospel. Mystery going into what? Mysterion, only given to the initiated ones. That faith,
Yeah, secrets. They was only given to the prophets.
Yep.
Everybody else gonna get them through us. Yeah. Well, it's always those ones.
That's right.
Looking for good. Yeah. Anybody got anything else? So hey, with that, those words that find to the hopeful elect, we give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makapadash.
double honors to the elder apostles, great most on who were well, and salutation, much love to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom.